Hello everyone, welcome back to the Stanley Parable.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
How very confident. Isn't there a way to go back into Stanley's office?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I did. Let's get some
Yet
more
there was not
endings.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Really not-
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, so we went up to the office, we went back. Okay, so I guess now we can go
Coming to a staircase,
down.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing
How did
his
this
boss,
car- Wait.
admitting he had left his
Oh,
post during
through
work
there, I
hours.
guess.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Uh-oh.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Well, these rooms aren't
At
quite
last,
repeating.
he
There's
came
it's
to
like
the
some weird
conclusion that
variations.
had
No,
been on
wait,
the
they
tip
are.
of his
Never mind.
tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Ooh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm
I think it's one of my
dreaming about a
favorite
voice
endings. It's so...
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Yep.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Nope.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
This one's almost
Now, hearing
scary.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
That sounds so
The
nice
fresh
right
air
about
of
now.
the
I could go
world
for a nap.
outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought
Or
to
just
himself.
sleeping at this point.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go
I
back
wish it
to
to
my
be
job.
over.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Too bad.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Are you? You're not.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
And everything went
Jackie
black.
Chan movie. Is this where the lady is? Wait, is the one with the lady?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
This one's good.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Thank you, Mariella. Your contributions are appreciated to this ending.
All of his co-workers
Nope,
were
back
gone.
to default.
What could it mean?
I think you can get out
Stanley
that
decided
window.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. What is this?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh, wait, you can actually see into that room. This is... I believe this is new. Oh. Alright, new content. Well, this has been out for a while, so it's not that new, but...
Hello.
It's like a
and thank you for
Disneyland ride,
playing
but a
the
really crappy
Stanley
one.
Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a
What is
video
this
game
cardboard
released in
art?
2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The
2020
Stanley Parable
was really
Ultra
3 years
Deluxe
ago already,
features
huh?
exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
It's like
delightful.
press board.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe
Oh, wait, we
content.
just... That's just a tiny little loop. It's just you could have made a left there. Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing
so weird to have-
adventure.
I didn't think about how these lifts have a...
Is
Hello?
it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
Yeah, there's
I've
like
never
press
been
board and
more ready. Let's
cork board
do it.
materials everywhere. That seems so dangerous just to have, like, you could stick your hand in there and just get shredded on the wall.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, most
Deluxe.
tedious.
Tedious.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
The jump circle.
All right.
Jumps remaining
All
36.
right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Press X to jump. Oh. Wait, can I... You can't jump outside of the jump circle. Okay. I can jump in that one isolated spot.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Oh, more.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Alright,
If
how
this is
meta
new
are we going to get
content,
with this?
then I could just read
I
you
mean,
the
probably
whole
a lot.
dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
Oh.
Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be
Oh.
kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
There's definitely
And don't get me
commentary
started
there,
on
but
the
I
level of craftsmanship
don't believe it
that's
for
gone
this
into it.
game.
In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Ooh.
It's my fault, Stanley.
They need to put an update
I
out
built
for
up
that.
Too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived
Twitter
up to
is
such
gone. It's
expectations.
X now, and most people
If you're
aren't on
still
it
with me,
anymore.
why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I say I'm suspicious. Ooh. This is another different layout. That's what it normally looks like, I guess. Oh wait, is this one the original layout of the office?
Psst,
Or
Stanley,
never mind.
come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Oh, and then I guess go. Oh, I guess this is specifically for this. Maybe it's not a variation. Maybe this is an intentional. I mean, it is a variation, but not a random one. Coffee nut. That's the weirdest exhaust fan I've ever seen. Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Sure.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers
Ooh.
won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Very Dark Souls. It's weird how much higher resolution and detail this stuff is compared to the stuff in the game from the original parts.
I call it the memory zone.
Oh.
It's where I've been storing all
Reminds me
my
of The Witness.
favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Ooh.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was
forget the Stanley
before it
Parable.
was solid with a cheap
Zone, sweet
PlayStation
zone.
port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
specifically
Back
remember, but I know it
It
happened.
all meant something. Oh,
Stanley Parable
wait.
Collector's Edition. Was that a thing? Galactic Cafe World Class Award. Collector's Edition. Was this a real? Wow, it's like a book. It's huge. Man, I kind of miss old game, especially the PC case, like boxes. Oh, these are the magazines. Cargo. 2014 Independent Games Festival, audience award the Stanley Parable. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to something Straley. The Last of Us. Oh, they taped over it. They took the... That's funny. They took the award. Story. Was Last of Us was in 2014, was it? No. It couldn't have been 2014. The original Last of... Well... Not that long ago. I never played Last of Us because it wasn't my style, but... Was it? Oh my god, it came out in 2013. Oh no, where time is an illusion. And I'm part of the show. Our first kiss, my first card, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Stanley Parable, I guess that's the scripts. Look at all the postcards. It's like a gift shop. The Stanley Parable, what everyone's saying. Linguists identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words, the Washington Post. Researchers identify 24 words whose sound and meaning have survived the past 15,000 years. 6 components of a great corporate culture, John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. Business bloggers are at Harvard Business Review. We discuss a variety of business topics, including managing people, innovation, leadership. Okay, so it's like generic. The Mozilla Firefox. Nice. Good choice. More of the same mugs. A trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. Oh, these are the... Wait, are these the little booklets that came with it? Wait. Did it have a physical release? I don't even remember that. I guess the first dollar they made. Stanley Parable demonstration. Oh, that's the demo. Yeah, I remember that. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Didn't they change that? Don't play for 5 years. Yeah, the new one is don't play for 10 years. British Academy Award, the Stanley Parable, Game Innovation. Oh, so they did actually win some stuff. That's good. Oh, that was a... Oh, these are nominees. That's still... Development name, debut game. Okay. Story. Okay, so they were actually nominated for story. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. 50% off designer hat, but a small creature owns the other half. Oh. What kind of creature? Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. There's the ending we just saw. It really does remind me of The Witness. That's cool. I want to sit on the bench. Hold on. I'm afraid of that audio. Let's just mute that.
And over here is where I keep reviews of
Mod
the Stanley
DB.
Parable. Like this
Big
stunning
Sushi,
triumph of
Design
games
Museum.
journalism. 10 out of 10 from
IGF?
Destructoid.com.
Wow.
James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was
Wow.
Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Persona
and now
3.
It's nothing.
Wow, I like the
It's
references.
no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What's this? Memory zone maintenance. Okay. Right, there was an ending where you go play Minecraft. Let's begin again. Person of the year. Oh, the buttons. Oh, there's little figurines of Stanley and Mariella. Are they really the only two models in the game? They might be. For Scott K. Oh, how very recursive. End is never the end is never ever the end is. I guess there was a collector's. Did it come with a tie? Really? That's funny. And like a. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. It looks like a manhole cover, but it's definitely not. And a sticky notepad. Oh, I guess it's a drink coaster. It's all desks like. office desk stuff. That's funny. Your number's 29. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything.
Here's another moving passage,
Ooh.
this time from GameSpot.com. The
Source
Stanley
SDK.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice
Readable
in
carpet
games,
texture.
and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10.
Preparing
Don't you get
snake
it, Stanley?
oil salesman
The game was perfect.
routine.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need
Why is it
new
a Skyrim
content.
experience bar?
All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
But didn't Stanley Parable release on PlayStation anyway? Oh, I want to go in that part of the memory zone.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Wait, is this where it came in from?
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Oh, I'm going this way.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Uh-oh.
What's this? What's down here?
Oh, maybe I can put the music back on. Hold on. Let's see. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I don't know what I just did. Wait, it's simplified controls. That's so dumb. Any button or only X? Couldn't I? I thought before I was able to do it by... Ooh.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer
Steam.
games.
Oh, can they not say
haven't looked
Steam
at
because
these
we're on the
in years.
PlayStation?
I can't even imagine what's being collected.
Oh, Steam reviews are
down here.
terrible.
Sure, these
Pressurized
reviews were
gas
clearly well,
reviews.
weren't
That's
they?
funny. I would say more humid mist, but that works too. Ooh.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be
Unfunny.
funny.
Ooh.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to
Thumbs are-
insert
that's
into
a
the
thumbs up.
Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Wow. This place is unpleasant. There's just cargo containers full of them. I don't think even with Steam, I don't think there's this many for the Stanley Parable. And I don't think they would all be this bad.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Noodles chaff.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
I don't think
You
so.
can tell me if I'm
Talkative,
preachy,
sure, but
honestly,
not
you
preachy.
can. Oh, goodness.
Unless
This is
the
actually quite shocking
comedy
for
calls
me.
for it.
I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks
Oh
on
my
my
God, this place
otherwise
is
unimpeachable
miserable.
track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Now, what is this all building up to, I wonder? What's going to be the twist with this?
What's this one got to say?
59.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that.
A
If I'm
skip
truly
button?
too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer stand.
How come those
Yes,
ones aren't
a
ejecting
skip
water?
button we shall have.
Oh.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a
Oh, is he
game
gonna
for the
ramble on
people.
now?
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Yeah, but I don't know
Well,
what he
don't
says.
sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just
That's
begun
not correct.
an
It's close,
interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices.
The story.
And therefore, by becoming it is. So on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you
Oh,
see,
it's just
blah, blah,
complete
blah, blah,
rambling
blah, blah,
nonsense.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the
Okay,
choices.
repeat. Now he's looping.
Oh, you're back, you see.
Did you actually
were
skip
only
through
frozen
time?
in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for
Huh.
me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
Oh, no.
Not that,
How-
of course,
how
you
long
need
is
a
this gonna
description of
go?
it, but if I had to describe it,
I haven't seen
say
this
it was
before, so-
perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise.
Ooh.
Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say,
Yeah.
if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once.
So in making
That you are
choices,
both
you are no
making
longer the same
choices
person?
and not making choices, and that they are both
And not making
affecting
choices,
you and
you
not affecting you at the
become
same
stagnant?
time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are
What?
not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has
Not
a
really.
mouthfeel that
It
is
has
rich
a
with
negative
ambition and
connotation, I
history.
feel like.
Ambitious history, if you will.
Usually a crazy person has a manifesto.
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Do you?
I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
What?
It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Is that a
All
good
right,
strategy in real
here we
life? I
go.
wonder.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
That's my cue. I gotta go.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change
This is
some of the
pressurized
wording
gas
patterns.
instead of steam.
To be
Did it say
honest,
steam in the original
I don't
version?
even know if one can change
On a
their
PC?
review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that
saying
would have been a
pressurized
smart thing
gas.
to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
That's funny.
Although I have to
There's a lot of
imagine that after
modified
seeing
dialogue
this
for
exciting
this.
new technology at work,
Because they say
surely
PlayStation and
whoever it is who runs pressurized
pressurized
gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation.
Can you not already
Yes,
do that?
I think that's quite
I thought you could edit your review on
Or
Steam.
perhaps
Am I
they'll
mistaken?
simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
What? Oh, I guess he's done. Oh, my stomach.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was...
like
well,
exponentially?
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not
Oh, why did I even look at my
unendurable
clock?
by any means, but it's... Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself
What,
about. I
what
know,
was the idea
shocking.
there?
But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility
Not a
that
brick
you could,
wall.
say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave?
Buddy, it's a
Please,
brick wall.
I'll take any
I ain't the
option.
Kool-Aid man.
I'm asking you to work with me.
I could
here.
do maybe
We
sheetrock,
need
but
a door.
not
we need
brick.
a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not
the
do
clock
anything.
is changing.
Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please
To
do not press
21.
the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely
I guess it's
gone.
Oh, we
I've
got some
looked at
lights
it
out.
From every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have
Plant
no
doing okay?
idea
It
how
looks like it
long
lost
I'll be made
leaves.
to sit here, and more than
No, it
anything
didn't.
else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child.
Ooh,
Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button. and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
So
and that I had the
everything
power to prevent
freezes,
all
but I
from
just
happening
jump
if
conscious
only
to
I
the
held my
next.
tongue.
Wow, that's rough.
It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here only.
She's really guilt-tripping
I know
me.
you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews.
Oh, is he looping now?
Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nines...
Okay, he's looping for sure.
Stanley, you're back.
Oh,
You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
oh
2
no.
weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting
It hasn't been some amount of time because that
Single
plant
person to speak
is
with.
dead.
And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because
I hear
maybe,
you.
Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means...
Oh
I'm
no, we're
real.
getting too existential.
Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone.
What in the name of
I am
Plato is this
something.
guy going on
I
about?
am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall.
Oh my God,
You
we
see
are
what
just
I'm saying,
doing-
don't you? You can see what this means to me.
Okay.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel
We
as
just
certain
really are
about
just
this
doing
as
Plato.
I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it
Can I,
strokes
like,
in
run
my
into it?
heart
No.
to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Okay, I've had enough silence. Oh,
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
where is
I
this
have
light
had
coming
time
from?
to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
That plant
I
is
stopped
gone.
keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in
A
one
year?
place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but
year?
regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust.
Delight and disgust.
I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed.
What?
I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular
It's simultaneously
outcome.
existential,
I saw
deep,
that I could
and
allow
nonsense
myself
at
to
the same
exist
time.
along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being.
Into the Stanleyverse?
Incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment.
Ooh,
both
equanimity.
singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will.
This all started from a negative review?
Have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only
that was a year jump, what will the next one be?
Thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
The darkness. Oh, okay. Narrator? Hello? Did he die? So going off that, it went what? From 12 hours to a week and then to a year? So that would be, gosh, what, like 30 years? 40 years? Okay, couldn't have been that long because the batteries in those bad boys only last like 10 years tops. How did you fall off the wall? It doesn't look like there was an earthquake. That noise is terrible.
But they didn't understand the game
Oh, he's
was
back.
never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Oh my God.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
It's
They bemoaned.
so
They
incredibly
screamed.
dead.
They gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us." It wasn't enough. They
Entertain
had to leave a
us.
pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, "Oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it." And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants
some
it, then it's a
commentary
crime
again.
not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, We require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves that they couldn't help but leave a negative review on pressurized.
I lose it every time it says pressurized gas.
Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
I think he's gone again. Door's still not back, though. Doesn't seem like anything else has changed. Okay.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
How seamlessly is it looping?
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the.
Well, I mean, we've got to be jumping centuries or more at this point. If we are really jumping through time, that is. Oh. So we're just doing Portal 2 now, okay? I get it. Can I escape? Well, considering the button just reactivated, I don't think so. What happened here? A hurricane? Oh, daylight come and we want to go home. What happened to the plant? I guess just got pulverized. No, the plant's right there. Actually, it's just crushed. Oh, we are just doing Portal 2 now. And now we're dipping a little into Horizon. Or any number of post-apocalyptic games that aren't nuclear-based. Never mind. What was once precious life is now gone. What is this noise? Are we experiencing like the heat death of the universe outside? What is that? Never mind, that's worse. Oh, that's actually terrible. Hold on, let me listen to it for another minute or so. Oh, that makes me think that like the world outside is collapsed and there's just like nightmarish creatures wandering around or something. Ooh. Where are we going with this? Oh, we're going outside. That's where we're going. Okay. Oh. Wow, we were the last building in existence? Oh my god, this is like beautiful in a way, but also terrifying. It's been so long that literally everything has eroded? This music is beautiful. Do I just wander aimlessly? Wow. Oh. I guess that's it. The world's over. Oh, no, the game's over. Okay. Well, it was existentially terrifying.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Oh, is this how you do the
No.
Stanley?
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
How do you do the Stanley ending? Or Stanley's office ending? Wait, I can't press buttons? I could for a second. Is it just you wait in the office long enough and... Oh, I can close the door.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Boop. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
4B6. Was that always 4B6? New content. Hold on.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Take me away. New content. Okay. Oh, we skipped the whole... we skipped the whole thing.
You see, Stanley,
Is this going to be genuinely new content?
On the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Oh.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Wait, really? That's not what this game is called,
you
though.
See? Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
He's not wrong. Could you imagine if they made it? I can't imagine it's actually really a Stanley Parable 2, but could you imagine if they did make a second Stanley Parable? They could. Just more of the same, people. We need it up. The end is never the end. Again. 427, that's Stanley's. Oh, emphasis on the 2. Testing 2 printers at the same time. Doesn't look like it worked. A black phone and a red phone. So the big thing with the Stanley Parable quote-unquote 2 is reds. New mug! I need to keep an eye out for reds. Welcome Investor Showcase, Stanley Parable 2.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you
Dva,
think?
tu,
Ultra
tue, du.
Deluxe. What does it even
I don't know how to say that
mean?
because it's Russian.
But the
Due,
Stanley
dua,
Parable
zwei,
2. Now
du,
that's
dos,
an artistic
vo.
statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
How do you say
progress
two in
and
Russian?
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Taste the sequel. What are the flavors we got here? Something, I can't read what that says. That one looks like a root beer of some kind. Sip, Whiz Fizz, Genevieve, Pyramid. This is a Dota drink. Okay. No, someone was practicing their 2s. Two chairs. Okay. Isn't this the photos off painting? TGA. Okay. Sticky notes, but I guess they're on the other side, or they're just blank. 2 water coolers. Can I use these? No. Photos off painting D. I like this. This area is really nice. Very modern. New mug in blue. Time to wake up. New, never underestimate coffee enjoyer who left their cup by a leather sofa that faces a blurry room. Oh. Okay. I won't. Oh, I thought for a second that the cabinets were shaped like a 2. Okay, this is neat. This is genuinely new. New content is out. New content, part 2, is in. What? Oh, okay. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Old and busted. New hotness. Can I actually see the new hotness? Is it just like a proof of concept gag? 2. They're back. 2 doors. What does it say? Don't talk to me before I've had my sequel. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. I guess. More TSP, better TSP. Win-win. Sequential mind share. Paradigm shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelop client-centric marketing. The color red. Leverage. Holistic value. 1 to 2. Same parable. 2 plants. 2 new mugs. Okay. Oh, many font choices, Ed Boy. I kind of like that one. The, like, very fancy. Well, that one's pretty good, too. Wait, aren't these all based on, like, TV? These are all based on, like, TV and games. Like, that looks like The Last of Us, almost. Two, the Stanley variable 2. Oh, there's 2 Stanleys. It would have been funny if they, like, photoshopped his arm around, one of their arms
Now,
around
to be
the other.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely
Scrum.
organize a handful of
pitch,
interesting
break, pitch
concepts,
design,
that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Who took the red marker? Me. I think I've seen these same exact desks at IKEA. Where does this start? This Stanley Parable is the prequel to Stanley Parable 2, is the sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the prequel. Okay, I get it. 2. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City. Oh, it's the gag from that they did with Outer Worlds 2. And the sequel to Fallout 3, New Vegas. Or what was it? No. And who brought you Fallout 3 Part 2, New Vegas. That was so funny when I saw that. I think that was honestly the highlight of that show for me, was just that one gag. Divinity Original Sin, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. I don't know about that one, guys. On Dark Souls 2, I definitely know. I love Dark Souls 2, but I don't know about that one. Is Doom 2 good? I've never really heard much of it. All those other ones, I believe, are considered very good. Crab, the ultimate sequel. Technically not wrong. I love the laptops and everything. It's so funny because then you have the big, bulky old computers. So way to the show floor. New features. Ooh, I like that. There's like... almost looks like a Netflix thing. What? There's a bus. This is a bus. Why is there a bus? There's a bus. How did the bus? Ooh, what are we gonna get in here? It's got a whole Disney line-esque line. What is all this?
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, there seems to be a lot here. Okay, I guess we'll try some of the new features. Exclusive, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Okay.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Too big, too small, just right.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Now, I know for a fact that I put a lot of effort into making sure my real name isn't anywhere on this console. Well, I think it might be in the billing. That's about it. The button says the name of the player that is playing the game. Try it free.
Jim. Sorry,
not quite.
Clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into
We're
dust.
suddenly an RPG, I guess.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a
What a
rush! That was
thrill.
you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, okay.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the
Too
Jim
much
button
Jim?
away. Otherwise,
Wait,
soon
no.
you'll
Jim.
start to lose all sense of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Oh. It's just gone. Okay. Oh, is that just the gag? Is mess with a weird feature until it goes away? Okay.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Epilogue. Oh my god, there's so much here. Settings World Champion, Infinite Hole, free trophy. Oh, is this the thing that said I have to do all the settings in the settings menu? Settings world champion. How much is there to do there? So oh, I didn't realize you could mess with the field of view. That seems 72. I'm not supposed to restore to defaults, is there? That was a 5. Okay, it doesn't look like... Oh my god, there's so many languages. That's cool. Oh, it has Chinese and Japanese? Or Mandarin? No, wait, that's Japan. Wait, no. I'm pretty sure that one's Japanese. What are these? Which one is Mandarin? I guess there's... I don't remember what they're called. Oh. Do I really have to like do every single value? Alright, I guess I'm gonna do this until it's done. Oh. Okay. Oh. Ooh.
Ah, I can see
Great
you've
job, you
gotten
did
the
it.
Settings World Champion trophy.
Congratulations, Settings World
Well
Champion.
done. You've
You are the champion of
experienced
setting all the
every
sliders to all the
setting.
possible
Travel
numbers.
to all corners
Please
of the
to this
settings
room.
menu. There's no
Oh. I didn't realize I accidentally left the subtitles on. There we go.
nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the
They will
Stanley
never set the
Parable
setting
2,
slider of
I'm
every
including
possible
an
setting.
entirely
Why is
new
this
setting,
so low
something
quality
called
printed?
Bumpscosity.
Also, this
What
meme
exactly
is like 30
is
years old. Not really, but
bumpscosity? Well,
it's
I haven't
definitely like
quite
20.
figured that part out yet,
Bumpscosity?
but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be accessible from the
Oh, a
settings
trophy.
menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, do I actually have that option? Oh. Wait, it goes 0, 1, 12, 50, 76, 100. I guess we'll do 76? Or should we do 50? Let's do 76. Did that do anything? The jump
You know
circle?
what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Okay. Same as it ever was. Wait. I forgot the whole gag here is just to keep is to just do everything. Oh. No, I guess that's it. No more jump circle for me. Collectibles, you say? Is that Mariella? Oh, hold on. I didn't finish exploring this whole side. What does this say now? No screenshots. A whole new office. Red is a new orange. So what if I... Okay. The new updated ray traced more of the same, but in a good way sequel to the... New features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Why is it making the your headphones are messed up sound? The baby's all grown up. Oh my god, the baby thing. I forgot about that. I don't even remember how to get to the baby thing. Wait, why was it making the weird headphone jack problem noise? Where was that? I haven't heard that noise in so long. What? Why? As I took a screenshot? Or it's not a headphone jack. That was like your phone would be like interfering. I don't remember. It hasn't happened in a long time. I kind of like some of these. I like that shirt. The end is never the end again. Yeah, okay. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. Okay. I like buckets.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the
so it's like a
is the perfect solution.
Grounding element?
Give it a try.
Oh.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, it like bobbles and sways when you
benefits
move.
of the bucket seem to go on and
Not
on,
really.
don't
It's
they?
just up and down.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I guess I just have a bucket now. Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Well, the reflections on it are neat.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Where? Oh, here. Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece. That one sounds funnier.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted.
Oh, you're gonna do a reverse on me?
Get well someday it is.
Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be like around. Oh, these are new pictures now.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision.
Wait, are these gonna actually be around the office? Okay. What? Is this where I came from? I'm turned around now. Time and depth. Hold like infinity. Space like infinity. Time like infinity. Distant space time. Distant space time. Distant past. Distant future. What? Rim, depth, infinite surrounding area. Oh, we're doing just metaphysics now? Whole entrance, infinity. This is an event horizon. Infinite hole chart. Hole, depth, space, more hole, infinite. What is this diagram from? I feel like I've seen this before in something. It just keeps going. Oh, it's like an actual diagram of the Earth's mantle with a weird thing on top of it.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for
Why'd it make a
video
scary
games
noise?
medium.
Oh, that's making the noise. Okay.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say
How
so.
infinite is this
Now
infinite
then,
hole?
Since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What if I don't, though?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on
I mean,
the
technically in a video
sooner
game, you
rather
could
than
make an
later
infinite hole. That's
spectrum
not
of
that
things.
outrageous. If Mario 64 could make the infinite staircase, I don't see why anyone couldn't make a infinite hole in this day and
Okay,
age.
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say
But
this
does he have
tactfully,
dialogue?
But it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Oh, I think we're approaching the bottom.
The infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Meeting at 2
I'm a
p.m.
liar and a cheat, and you're
That's a lot of
so
cigarettes.
clever. Look, I think the issue here is
Pause
just
button,
that
yeah.
you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Just the two of... Oh, it's the whole
person
song.
actually wants to fall infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Ooh, that was disorienting.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay, usually when he says that kind of thing, it means we're done.
Great.
So,
Now,
okay.
I'm very excited to show you even
Wait,
more
can I do
of
it
my
again?
ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time.
Oh, wait.
Don't need to see it
Are
all,
we already
but not
getting to
you.
the bottom
Oh,
now?
No. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
Huh, it
Did
definitely
the hole
shorter.
seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose
That
once
not
again there's nothing
infinite.
to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Is he gonna get shorter?
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts...
It sure
to become
seems like
a
it.
thing where- Wow. Okay.
It's very much shorter.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite...
Wait, what if I
it's
go in
barely
it again,
even
though?
a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Is the, teleport button
I'm
not
being
working?
punished for my sins.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still
No, it's
nothing?
broken.
Well, I suppose.
And I'm out of jumps. Oh, I don't think I can
There's
jump in here
one thing
anyway.
I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't
Oh.
bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
But narrator
I
San,
hope you
come
and the
back.
hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Oh, no, come back. What do I do? Hold on, wait for the gag to kick in. I'm sure there's going to be something. What? Noise. Noise? Noise? Something changed on the floor? What is this THX buildup? What are we doing? Oh! We're moving? Hole, are you sentient? Are you a sentient hole? Is that a weird question? Ooh. Ooh, okay. is it getting like rapidly darker? Wait, this isn't how light works. Also, this music is awesome. Change your perspective. Hey Stanley, how you going? How you doing? I think I like that shot the most. Actually, this shot's pretty good, but then you can't see the bucket. Change your perception. Just look at this face. Who's tap dancing on a guitar? Oh, change your reality. Oh, it's whitewashed. It's red. Yellow. Super saturated? Oh no. Blue. Green. I'm a robot. Wait. I'm upside down. Oh, I didn't realize the reality was changing. I'm an Xbox game character. What am I? I'm like terrible clay. I'm a modern 2D game sprite character. Error.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Oh, I wanted to see more of that.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away.
That was weird.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Wait. Do I gotta do it again? Oh, never mind. I guess it's over. Oh, but I didn't see everything in the new content. Oh, never mind. We're still here.
We are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, we did the button. We did... What was through here? Oh, this was the options thing, right. This was the screenshots. The bucket. Wait, is there going to be another bucket? No. Okay. What else do we have? The jump circle, mostly in vanilla. The button says your name. Okay, I did all that. That's the exit. That was the hole. Let's do the free new and easy trophy. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Oh, nice. And is it a Steam achievement in the Steam version? Pull lever, receive your new trophy, no more steps, it just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now,
give me the trophy. Give me the trophy. I want the trophy. Give me the trophy. I want the trophy.
But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Fine. I guess I can come back for that. I assume that's to get the trophy he's talking about, but I don't know what the criteria will be. But I did see collectibles, and I do like collectibles.
Haven't we seen yet?
Oh, this thing is like slowly spinning. Collect them all.
Ah,
Whoa.
collectibles.
Nice Zen bridge.
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no
What is this
reward for collecting all of them.
weird
I don't want to
Legion at
stifle the
wall?
intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh, this is weird. Oh. Okay. You found it.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I was gonna say hard to disagree, but I do kind of just like the feeling of collecting a full set of things. Oh no, he's tapping into a part of my psyche I didn't know I had. Okay, so let's see. I did the jump circle. This is the map. Trophy, button says your name. Merch, world setting champion, the bucket, office decorations, epilogue. Epilogue, where's that? You are here. What? Wait. A9 is collectibles. Okay, so if that's collectibles, and I am here, then the epilogue should be around the corner. What is this? Did I not go down this way? I thought I did.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it,
Oh,
Stanley?
I didn't
Yes,
stand here.
yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, okay. There will be an epilogue. Sure. Okay. Can I keep the bucket though? If I leave, do I get to keep bucket? Wait, exit there. Okay. Exit. Okay, cool. What are these weird arts?
All right, have you seen everything you
Like
wanted
Rorschach
to? Ready
tests,
to move
but
on now?
really weird. Oh, that one's Mariella, I think. I love this kind of art where it's a silhouette of a person with a non-person thing in the silhouette. I love that style.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features
That's a
will come
huge
together
trunk.
as one single coherent video game, but
Wait, they don't come this
I can
big in
feel it
real
my
life.
soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a
Do
good
they?
game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, it exists.
Well, I mean,
There's
there's
the bucket.
potential here, right? It's sort of...
One,
okay,
two,
never mind.
I see
Hold on.
4
Let me do a
collectibles.
different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That's worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't
there's
a
2 trophy
coherent video
machines.
game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do
And
very
the
much
bucket's
enjoy
way up too high.
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than
Wait, the
anything
jump
to
circle
create a
was in the
sequel
infinite
that
hole?
would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply,
Oh,
well,
that's me.
insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
what? Oh. Ooh, the red is scary though. Well, I guess we'll check out the Stanley Parable 2. in the next episode. So thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon. But until then, bye.